The value of Tesla continues to collapse, causing Elon Musk's wealth to decrease pretty significantly in a very short span of time. Now, none of this means he's going to feel anything financially of trouble like most Americans are, and will begin to feel even more because of Trump's policy. So this isn't to say, oh, look, he's going to be panicking over now he has 10 billion less of his hundreds of billions or whatever. But it's still fascinating to see how Trump is so whack in his tariff approach that even the company that he says, I love Tesla, we want to help Tesla, is suffering. And then you compound that with it suffering more than even just the other companies that are experiencing the pain of Trump's tariff policy because of the extra layer of backlash to Elon. So between the two of them, they're doing so much damage to the company Tesla that they love so much. Click the subscribe button. Here we go. Media reports Tesla drops over 10%, outpacing market bloodbath. You remember when Trump promised a bloodbath? Well, we got it, an economic bloodbath, and erasing $12 billion of Musk's wealth in just one day. $12 billion in a day. That's crazy. It's just ones and zeros on a screen, as Benny Johnson told us. The bloodbath in the markets in the wake of President Donald Trump's new tariffs hit Elon Musk's Tesla especially hard Friday, knocking the price down over 10% and evaporating with it a chunk of the world's richest man's wealth. This will mean nothing to him. I get that. I get comments when we talk about stuff like this of, oh, that's not really going to mean anything. Or we talked about Dave Portnoy, a lot of comments where who cares if he lost 7 million, that means he has like 100 million or something in his investments. I know, it's still just a really fascinating phenomenon to see. And this representative of a lot of rich people, given that that's who Trump cares about the opinion of, maybe does something. Maybe if Elon's company suffer enough, then he goes, can you stop, please? I think that's another important part of this. It goes through Trump's announcement that was crazy, 25% on foreign automobiles. The markets were rattled after Trump's plans were confirmed, plummeting like we haven't seen since the pandemic crash. And then shares of Tesla Inc. were down 10.42% Friday. That's wild in a day. The company had already been reeling from crashing sales worldwide amid backlash to Musk's increased political involvement in far-right causes, protests at Tesla showrooms, and yet another embarrassing recall last month. What recall, you might ask? Cybertruck recalls, which is so mind-boggling because when I saw it, I thought, there's no way that there's going to be issues with that. That looks very logistically, mechanically sound. I don't know much about cars, but I said, that Cybertruck was made so damn well, and it's definitely not going to have any it's being recalled. Oof. So here you see visualized this decline that we're talking about. And this phenomenon of people being annoyed with Tesla, I feel bad for I want to keep saying this, I feel bad for the workers at Tesla, people who spent their life, who aren't partisans like Elon, and now their company, their baby in many ways, is suffering because Elon's insanity. But it's also interesting to see the power of sort of voting with your dollar. Now, this did prompt an interesting saga I want to remind you of that has an extra little layer now, because Walz made a joke about the stock price of Tesla. Elon, with a little tear in his eye, was angry. Walz now responded with a couple responses that I'll show you.
Saying on my phone, I don't know, some of you know this on the iPhone, they've got that little stock app. I added Tesla to it to give me a little boost during the day. 225 and dropping. So, and if you own one, we're not blaming you. You can take dental floss and pull the Tesla thing off, and take out, just telling.
Yeah, and this upset a lot of people. How dare you wish for the failure of an American company? Stop. He's being silly. Y'all are ripping apart our programs that our tax dollars fund, gutting the very institutions that can hold accountable people like Elon Musk. You're presenting the Senate passed the framework, and so now it's going back to the House, and they'll eventually agree on the specifics of this for the budget that still includes gutting of Medicaid, despite them being so petrified to put that word in there, but the department that they're going to gut from would necessitate guts for Medicaid. You're doing all of that. Yeah, we don't have much that we get to smile about. You're issues with your company, I'm sorry. It's kind of depraved, but we're going to do it. We're going to go, oof. Okay? Sorry. Not sorry, though. But sort of. Again, to the workers, I'm sorry. I am. But this is Elon. Get him out. He should go. Leave. Do something else. Elon was really upset about this. How dare Tim Walz? He's also, I said it, he's being silly. He's being a silly guy. You said comedy. You legalized comedy. Now he's doing comedy. You legalized it, Elon. Good job.
Does that help Tesla? I mean, you had Tim Walz, who's a huge jerk, running around on stage with the Tesla stock price where the stock price had gone in half, and he was overjoyed. What an evil thing to do! What a creep! What a jerk! Like who derives joy from that?
Why are his insults even that of a robot? It's interesting that he involves himself in AI because he is it. He is AI. What a jerk! What an imbecile! What a disgusting rat of a human being. Sometimes I imagine myself punching and punching and punching the face of Tim Walz. What a jerk. What a disgusting idiot. So, okay, I mean, you've caused death of people because you took away their medication support and food support, and you let food rot on shelves through USAID because you wanted so impulsively to make a PR point to get rid of it unconstitutionally and illegally without congressional approval. But we're supposed to be heartbroken that your wealth is plummeting. And we all know because the world is just terrible in this way. It's beautiful in a lot of ways. You're beautiful. You're beautiful, Cole. But it's terrible in the way that rich people just, regardless of how many terrible things are done, usually can just keep going, bing. So he'll be fine. But Waltz responded to him being called a jerk with this.
Candidate, you said that to give you a little boost, you'd put the Apple ticker with the Tesla stock on your phone. And this really, Elon Musk got very upset about this. He genuinely seemed like emotional in an interview about this. I want to just play. He just really got in his feelings about this. I want to play this for you and get your response.
You had Tim Walz, who's a huge jerk, running around on stage with the Tesla stock price where the stock price had gone in half, and he was overjoyed.
Sorry you're having to watch this again. I forgot that they played it. Let's just take a break. It's really, it's almost traumatizing to listen to Elon. I feel violent. It's so weird. I feel violated by listening to his voice. It's sort of like my ears, like ugh.
What an evil thing to do. What a creep. What a jerk.
A creep. I forgot it. A creep. Oh my gosh, you're calling someone a creep? What? You're calling someone creep? You guys are creepy, lad.
Who derives joy from that?
Are you a creep and a jerk?
Well, that's a badge of honor if he thinks I am. Look, it's not personal with him. It's a little bit personal. I don't want to be disingenuous. The guy does bother me. It's a little bit personal. But look, my beef on this is that this guy is out there crying about his portfolio and about stock while I'm making, a comment. And my mom's Social Security check this month is late. That he's attacking the portfolios of working Minnesotans and working Americans who've paid into these programs that he calls a Ponzi scheme. He's taking it and laughing with his chainsaw about destroying the lives and undermining things and institutions that make life better for Minnesotans. Of course he doesn't care about these agencies because he has all this money. Can you imagine being the richest man in the world and taking offense that I said something about Tesla stock? Look, if I'm Donald Trump won Wisconsin. I'll give him that. But he's sharing his presidency and the White House and who knows what else with this guy who's a loser.
Man, we picked... Have you said thank you once? We picked that guy over this guy. Really, as a country, we said, let's pick JD Vance. The one good thing that came of that is we got some crazy AI photos of JD Vance. But other than that, it's been a disaster. And we picked that as a country over Tim Walz, who I think just made a joke about Elon and Trump sleeping in the same bed.
Donald Trump won Wisconsin. I'll give him that. But he's sharing his presidency and the White House and who knows what else with this guy who's a loser. He lost. This guy's really bad at this. He made the case that everything hinged on this. And I just want to give a shout out to the.
Yeah, talking about Wisconsin. The Wisconsin Supreme Court race and the fact that Elon made that a little bit a referendum on himself. And people voted for the liberal candidate. Said, get Elon out of Wisconsin. No matter if you're jumping around with a cheese head in that video that was being played of him. Sorry, I just keep playing my head. He's a jerk. He's a creep. You are a creep. I wonder how, sorry to say this. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance. Cole, I'm sorry. Get ready. Plug your ears. Elon has a lot of baby mamas. And he has like 13 kids or something, right? 9, 13 or something. Let me just say, what is he? How does he do smooth talk? Does he? Hello, I think you are really gorgeous. My biological functions are causing me to get physically excited in ways that you understand probably. Would you like to make love? Sorry, that was a glitch. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Tim Walz said, Elon, I'll make you a deal. I'll stop making fun of your stock when you take your hands off Social Security. Yeah, shoo-wee. Exactly. Share your thoughts in the comments. Support the show. Get the members only bonus show by clicking that join button below.